Good evening, everyone. Hello, Mr. James, Mr. Pedro, Mr. Oscar, and Steve, and Mr. Derek. Hi, everyone.
Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. Why am I the only one who turned the camera on? Oh, all right, Pedro. Good to see you, sir. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not sure if
Uh,
James, Mr. Oscar, you guys are available to turn your camera on.
I
All
I
right.
think I need some permission or something. I cannot see my camera on the screen.
Oh,
I
you
think he
don't?
needs to be
Okay.
added as a part panelist, and that would solve the
Yes,
problem.
yes.
I
It
think
doesn't work. I don't know why, but I'm trying to make him panelist, but it doesn't work.
no, I
I don't
think
know why. Mr. Orkan, maybe
it's
you
giving an
can
error.
turn
Should
off
I
and
should
turn on again.
let me try sign off and come back?
Yeah,
Maybe
please.
I
Okay.
just 1 second.
You gotta love it when Zoom is the limiting factor.
All right, so I'm gonna start with James and Pedro. It's good to see you all. It's been a while. So how you doing all?
Mr. Pedro, your bank is all sorts of muffled.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. Any better now?
Much
yeah,
better.
much better. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
So
Yeah,
how
I
was
just
your
wanted
week?
to say it's been a good week. Good to be with you guys tonight.
Thank you. What about James?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Been really busy with two little ones, but other than that, between work and getting stuff done, doing well.
Oh yeah,
Excuse me.
yeah. Me too. I have been on call since last Monday and then also the weekend because it's my turn. And then and I have been working since this morning because there's a lot of application error that I need to take care. But so far it's good. I think my Mr. Oscar is here, so I'll
I'm
just
still here, but I don't see my camera. I hope you will add me as a panelist, but
I
I don't
did.
know.
Yep, he has to be re-promoted when he rejoins.
Is that only me? Cannot.
Unfortunately, yes, it doesn't work. I don't know why. Only
Okay,
your camera.
I'll try later. Let's jump on the conversation.
All right.
Save the time, guys. It's very my honor to see you again. I believe a year ago, 2 years ago, we have done a couple of sessions, and I am following your success stories, and I have seen these testimonials on the videos. So great. But today we are going to join a different conversation, which makes me proud of Clarusway. I am someone who worked for U.S. government for almost eight years, between 2010 and 2018. And I worked with many officials who have been serving United States, and they have been really milestones on our security, public safety, and so forth. I know you have been guys planning to have this veterans program. It is not a surprise for me because the program started by these individuals, James and Pedro and Steve. And James and Pedro have great backgrounds on. They are the role models. Tonight, we will hear from their stories. And last week, I met with a general in our office here in Tysons Corner, Virginia, General Kicklighter, who served in U.S. Army for almost 45 years. And lately, he was Deputy Secretary of DOD. And I talked about your plan, and he cannot be here tonight, but he promises to be here when those candidate scholarship awardees will be in a session. I'm very excited. And he was so humbled and so generous, saying that he is gonna be part of your team and will open many doors in DoD, VA, and other departments because she has been working there for many years. And why I am saying this, that there is a big team behind Clarusway, and I have met some of them in person. But behind this veterans program that you guys have been planning it for a long time, this initiative is going to make Clarusway even more influential, that it's time now for you to give back to community, to give back to those people who sacrificed a lot for us. And I know there is namely about 6 million plus people. Somehow they serve in the army in different capacities, and many of which veterans have been having. I would say it this way, I just want to make it correctly stated, that they are not well appreciated for their service, I would say. So maybe James or Pedro will agree or not. But when we talk about cybersecurity, a few days ago, I received some emails from my mortgage company saying that there was a cyber attack. Don't worry about this. We are going to make sure that your payments are going to be saved and all your personal information. And recently, we see so many incidents happening, especially the last year or so. It is escalating the importance of cyber field and escalating the need for many more people in this field like yourself guys. And I believe those people who have been serving in different capacities in different departments are, by default, they are, have a lot of advantages like public trust, security clearances, top secret clearances, and so forth. This is an obstacle I shared with Steve in many sessions for our career programs and stuff. Training is fine. They are learning it fast. They have known it for a while. But when it comes to, qualifications, one of the big obstacles is the clearance processes and all that. And I believe our veteran candidates, those who are going to join your programs with scholarship or really well discounted tuitions, if they are not be able to get the scholarship by the application process. So why I'm saying this, that tonight we are going to have these two great veterans here with us, including the Clarusway's rock star director, Steve. I would say so because he looks so cool on the camera.
Thank you.
I think
That's right.
He wants to look the best. They are blocking my camera here to look better than me. But anyway, I would like to turn it to Steve to make a quick welcome remark. And then I'm going to ask some questions to our, I would say, other rock stars in the IT space, as well as cyberspace. And after their career in various departments, now they are in technology field, they are in security field, and beyond that, they are the leaders, managers, and senior positions in their companies. I'm very excited to hear their stories after Steve will make a welcome to all of our guests tonight. I believe all of the people joined. There is a big crowd here. Please go ahead, Steve. And
all right.
What is the
Thank
objective of today's, webinar? And then I'm gonna start, having conversations with our guests on the screen.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Oscar, for giving me the opportunity to just talk a little bit, and then and also I would like to introduce myself.
Keep in mind, you are going to have the closing remarks as well. So don't say everything at once.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you, Oscar, and thank you James and Pedro for being here. I know you guys are super busy and your time is very valuable. Good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome you all on behalf of myself, and then also Clarusway team. So basically tonight we are going to talk about the demanding career field, cybersecurity, and then we are going to talk about the why it's important and why it's on demanding, and also why it's also opportunity for veteran people, since our instructors, Mr. Pedro and James, Mr. James, they have served in the military, and now they work in the field. They work the top companies, and they will introduce themselves after me. Basically, we are going to talk about what is cybersecurity basically, and then why it's important, and then why this career it's important for veteran, because I believe that the veteran have many qualities and skill sets that can be translation to cybersecurity, because they know what is integrity, work ethic, discipline, threat analysis, and attention to the detail. So with this combination skill sets, I believe this is the right education opportunity to veterans that we are offering to veteran people. So basically, we are just going to talk little detail with our guest, and then also we will be collecting all the questions end of this session. So just let us know if you have any questions or anything. Either myself or my friends, we will be happy to answer your questions. So my name is, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Steve, and I have been in information technology over 8 years, and currently I'm working as Assistant Vice President, Global Cybersecurity Engineer at Bank of America. But I'm not veteran, but I'm here on behalf of Clarusway. I think I'll pass it to James. James, after you, we can pass it to Pedro.
So, excuse me, fighting off a cold that my daughter gave me. So I am a cybersecurity. I'm a cybersecurity fraud analyst with Amazon. I currently sit as the program manager for the Amazon fraud team, specifically dealing with AWS and all of the various services that go in that, everything from EC2 to Fargate. And so what I served 9 years in the Air Force, and everybody knows the Air Force is much better than the Army. And I had to go there because I know Pedro was going to go there too anyway. So
you got to go there first.
Yeah, I got to go there first because I got picked first. So and that's when you can tell we're really vets, when we start to jab at each other's services, because we love doing that. And I live by a Navy base, and so I love giving the Navy all sorts of hell too. And so, but yeah, I've been with Clarusway literally from the start. So as Mr. Pedro, I think we were like the first two instructors for this program. I've been doing this for almost 2 years now with Clarusway, and I've seen probably better than I possibly could have expected with the ability for our program to teach anything from a stay-at-home mom to a 50-year-old teller or an accountant, how to do this work. And one of the things that really passionate me about here is that Clarusway has always had a strong passion for veterans and helping veterans get it. And frankly, because of the work ethic that veterans have, because of the trustworthiness that comes to veterans, to put it bluntly, I only rent to veterans. To put it in perspective. And so, I mean, there's a reason veterans tend to be much more trustworthy than the general public. And so, getting that population in this field is absolutely of paramount importance to me. So it's really, it makes me really excited to be here it makes me really excited to be here. So, Mr. Pedro, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Thank you, James. Pedro Martinez, in case anyone is a baseball fan, same name as a famous baseball pitcher, sadly different bank account, but same name. uh, uh, I serve in the U.S. Army active duty for almost 22 years. Um, and I retired in 2014. And since that time, I've been involved in the cyberspace, whether it's commercial, DoD, and then, like James mentioned, I think we joined the company about the same time. So I think we've been teaching at Clarusway for about 2 years now, um, and it's something we enjoy greatly. I do believe that veterans, just to add something different, I think often as veterans, or as service members, you have to evaluate threats, right? And I think we do that from a physical perspective. Um, Bringing that skill set in order to evaluate cyber threats, I think is something that veterans can also do very well. What else? I think that's the main things I wanted to mention, and I'm grateful that we have a program with veterans in mind to make this training available for them. So I'm excited and grateful that we have this program in place.
I
Thank you,
will
Pedro.
jump in here. I will jump in here, Steve. I look at the screen. Statista is reporting like back in 2022. It's on my screen here. Between the age of 18 to 34, there is about 1.4 million veterans, and 35 to 54, there is about 4 million veterans. So we are talking about a big number of veterans. As we all know, this serving in Air Force, Army, Navy, these are not easy jobs. And I have worked with multiple Air Force bases in Arizona, in Hawaii, for family services, education, providing transitional services to students and stuff like that. So they have gone through a lot of obstacles, and they served. And now my question to James first, and Pedro also can address this question. How and why did you choose to become a cybersecurity professional? So where it clicked for you to say, this is the right field? Because many people joining tonight are veterans, and they want to hear this, where they can start, and what is your personal story, where and how and when you decided to become a cybersecurity IT professional. What is your story, very shortly? James.
I was muted. A short version of my story is literally this. I was a network engineer for the Air Force. After getting tired of freezing my tail off fixing airplanes, I became a network engineer and cross-trained, and I did that for many years. I've always been a computer nerd ever since I broke my dad's 386 back in the day. And then, in the late 2000s and early 2010s, there was a string of major breaches. And I saw, I would read stories about grandmothers, or lovesick dudes, or lovesick grandmas, or even lovesick single moms, like getting duped out of like 250 grand by Nigerian princes. And if you join the class, you'll know exactly how much to joke about the Nigerian prince, just because everybody knows about it. But I saw so many people get had by security breaches. And then this was before ransomware even became a big thing. This was back when Bitcoin was $20 a Bitcoin. This was really early in things. And so I saw that, and I really said, I want to do a difference and make it so that people don't fall for this stuff, or at least try to take out some of the bad guys. And so I went to school, used my GI Bill, went to school, went all the way through my PhD with my GI Bill. Don't ask how that happened. It was a lot of credits and a lot of hard work in a very short period of time, but I made it work. And that's the rest is history. I've worked, for both private and public sector since in security for, more than 10 years now in just security. And so really it was about protecting people and, making sure that, people don't fall victim. And the last thing I wanted to say is that, the vast majority of the people here are veterans, which means that most of you had security clearances at some point, which means that all of your information is in the hands of bad actors.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
because of the fact, because of the OSF, the people that do security clearances, they were hacked in the early 2010s. So basically, everybody that's held a security clearance since the year 2000 has had their personal information, including like all of the information in their security file, leaked. And so, that's another reason I take a lot of personal onus on this, because the people that should be leading this, the government aren't. So, all right, without going on a political tirade, because I'm about to, Mr. Pedro, you want to go ahead?
Sure. I was, in my case, I was a military intelligence soldier, and the Army realized that, unlike the other services that had cyber specialties, they did not. They didn't have a cyber specialty, so they I happened to be at the right place at the right time, and the Army put me through some training, and I became a cyber operator for the government. So again, I was very fortunate that at that time, when the Army realized the need for a cyber specialty, they did that with the military intelligence soldiers. So that's kind of how I was blessed with these opportunities.
This is great. As far as I understand from both of you guys, you kept serving people and their safety similar to mindset that you did it in Army or Air Force or military, right? Here the question from our participant veterans. James and Pedro, you had some kind of understanding of computers and computer technologies and cyber. If I don't have any background, I was serving in overseas, I'm here now, and I want to start a career. Is it possible? Like we know the job statistics are still showing about up to 3 million cyber jobs are posting, and I have seen many people in my career coaching programs that they pass the interviews, but the company or government say we need to get clearance for you, and it takes up to 3 to 6 months, and many times people cannot wait for that. By default, many of these veterans joining tonight may have their security clearances, so they're going to put it like a few feet ahead of their rivals in that hiring process. So my question here is, based on your experience with the students, with or without IT background, how they should make the decision. Can I do this? Is it difficult to learn cyber tools or technologies and go through the hiring process? So what is your experience with newbies in the cyber field? I mean, when they make this decision, how you can encourage them to do it? It is the right time because there are many jobs available. Let's start from Pedro.
Oh, I think the main question is this something you have the desire to accomplish, right? I think that Clarusway provides the platform, provides the assistance, the training, the information. Now the question is, hey, is this something that you want to go after? I believe that if this is something that you want to go after, you don't need to have the background. If you have it, it's always going to be helpful, but you don't need it. It doesn't get in the way of your progress. What could get in the way of that progress is, hey, is this something that you want to accomplish? If you do, I know with all my heart that not having the background or the knowledge would not get in the way of that. And then one quick note, in this space, there are many jobs. Some of those jobs require a clearance. Many of them do not, right? So even without the clearance, right, there's many opportunities that you can go after, right? So I want to make sure that everyone listening knows that, right? There are many slots of government positions that may require a clearance, but there are also many opportunities that do not, right? So I hope that makes sense.
That's great. Yeah. James, you mentioned one thing when you answered this question. You have had very diverse trainees and students in your sessions. I know some of them are like totally out of tech field. Some of them have 3 kids at home, and mom is trying to become a tech specialists and stuff like that. So comparing the students you have trained and successfully placed in IT roles, what are the veterans' advantages here? So we talked about work ethics, we talked about maybe a clearance in hand and stuff like that. How you would say these people will have more advantage trying to get this training and become a cybersecurity professional? So why a veteran should have some advantages in this training and finding these jobs?
So it's really about the, when it comes to like the people that I've trained. Before I worked for Clarusway, I was a tutor for cybersecurity, both in and out of college. I mean, I trained PhDs, and anybody that's been in the military know, PhDs in general, especially medical ones, are as stuck up as pilots, and those and that ilk, and so they don't learn things easily because they think that they know everything. I've been training people like every range from that to literally ex-fast food folks, and this was before I was at Clarusway. Since Clarusway, I've trained, like we had a stay-at-home mom with 2 jobs. We had an accountant. We've had a professional basketball player. It's like
and
we've
soccer
had
player. I know you had
yeah,
soccer player who would become a
yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
so the real reason is because the nice thing about cybersecurity is that your job is not to go out and configure the things that are broken. As a former network engineer, that is a really steep learning curve. The CCNA alone, that certification took me 4 quarters of class, and the CCNA security was another one. So 6 quarters combined, in consecutive for that certification. Being a network engineer is a really, really pain in the butt. As a security, as in the security field, I mean, you have to have knowledge of it. You have to have a high level understanding of it, but you're not configuring it. You're telling the people that need to fix it. You're running a scan saying this is broken, this is why you need to fix it. You don't need to go in and know how to manipulate Cisco ILS, or you don't need to physically actually run any kind of subnetting, which that's another subject that people always get stumped over. I mean, that one took me 3 weeks to learn in the Air Force. And so that's really what it all boils down to, is that anybody's capable of learning this, anyone's capable of executing it. And because of the wide array of roles out there, there's roles everywhere from GRC, where you go and audit people and tell people how to fix things, to actually being like a security engineer, where you're actually building Nessus servers and things like that, where it's a little bit more of a technical role. There's something at all skill levels for here. So if you're coming from a tech background and you want to stay in tech, there's engineer and architect roles that would be right up your alley. If you're coming from an accountant field and you want to make 6-figure incomes like almost right away, there's a niche for you too. This is such a diverse career field, and the needs are so wide that anybody can do it, if that makes sense. So
that's
Mr.
great,
Meister.
James. As I understand it, after a certain point in our lives, at the age of 25, 30, 40, doesn't matter. If you say I want to become a dentist, or I want to become even there are general contractor licensing courses are taking like 6 months to a year programs and many tests. So I believe entering or stepping in IT is maybe one of the unique field, giving the opportunity that it's not too long of education, and IT is very hungry for new people. That's why, in a matter of 5 to 6 months, I believe a training program and a platform experience, the people will be able to find jobs. Now I'm turning it to, yes. I'm turning it to Steve, and I'm going to ask Steve, you are VP of Security at Bank of America. I'm just
I was going to put some input on this question as well, but yes.
Yes, Steve, do you have, you work with many people in your, company, and do you see those people who are coming from some government background or military? how do you see their success compared to other people coming from mainstream backgrounds? Like, do you see the difference? Like, we're talking about hardworking, dedication, work ethics, and all that.
Yeah.
Do you see some positives here for our attendees that we will tell them, guys, you are the right people for this field?
Yeah, thank you for Oscar that question. Like I do hiring on behalf of the Bank of America, Bank of America. So in this case, I involve a lot of interviews, and then most of the interviews that I can tell you that it's it's coming from the veteran people, because whenever we see their application, they're qualified people that we pay attention on their resume. So whenever we see there's a veteran people who apply to our positions, so we collect them first. We give them the first opportunity, because in this scenario, so I will ask the questions: what makes veterans appealing candidates for cybersecurity environment, right? So I believe that this is the professional qualities and expertise that the veteran people has been developing while serving in their country, right? In their positions, doesn't matter, like if they were working in a land forcing or air force. So whatever they have learned based on their technical skill sets and soft skill sets, so they can really apply this skill sets in a civilian workforce. So for example, like veteran people they have experience working in a high stress environment, right? And then this is the right candidate we have been looking for, who's someone who can work in this kind of a high stress environment. Like another one, it's like being a leadership skill sets and experience, and then problem solving, discipline, attitude, ability to obtain and maintain a security clearance. You have already that experience handling time concentrated assignments, like you got to do it today or tomorrow, whatever is the deadline. So these people are really good at this, understanding the significance of defense and protections. These guys veterans are the right candidate. And I believe there, and then lastly, there we're looking loyalty, dedicated, and self-driven attitude people. So these skill sets, I believe, makes veterans are really high qualified candidates whenever they are in the interview. So I believe that this is these are the opportunities that I believe these people already have. So if with few months with the educational program, that you guys can definitely merge the key areas that I mentioned, you will be definitely a perfect candidate for every other company that I'll know that they have special program to veterans. They will pay attention the way how we have the Bank of America paying attention, or treating our veteran people. We know they're valuable, they have served for the country, so they have right to be treated in this way. So I believe these are my opinion.
Okay, now it is the special time. I'm going to ask about this scholarship program. I like it, by the way. Congratulations. And I want to ask,
thank you,
each one of you guys, why and how it is important. Like James and James mentioned that he used GI Bill. I know that program is a wonderful program. Government is supporting current and veterans to get education, and either for government sector or private sector, they become really, really outstanding assets for the companies or the government. So I'm asking it to all of you guys because I know this is your common project and you want to extend even this financial troubles and recessions and all those difficulties. You are extending this education to veterans. Even you are saying here in the flyer, I see 10 veterans will have full scholarship, and maybe some others will have way discounted tuitions until I believe you can kick in some GI support or GI bill payments and stuff like that. By this said, maybe our veterans in attendance may not know or may not be used their allowable training vouchers or dollar amounts for their education. Here, I want to hear from you guys why it is so personal for you, James, Pedro, that you are extending this scholarship. And later I will ask Steve how it's going to work and how will be the application process and stuff like that. About this said, I don't think it's going to be just helping 10 veterans. There will be a lot of discounted, maybe installment, maybe later payment, pay from your paycheck type of, things that it will be least affecting their financial situation, because somehow, I don't know why, but among those 6 million veterans, please excuse me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen many super rich veterans. Everybody will need this support, scholarship, discounted tuitions, and your help, guys. James and Pedro, first from you, why this scholarship is important? Why did you come up with this idea? Why it is important for you to give back to your fellow veterans this opportunity? James, go first.
Okay, I was waiting for who was going to go first for that.
Yes,
to me, it's about the fact that, again, like I said, I mentioned earlier, I was like, veterans are a uniquely trustworthy group of people. Yeah, yes, there are bad eggs in them, but the vast majority are trustworthy and have a really good work ethic. Mostly because we all spent anywhere from 16 weeks in basic training to get that drilled into us.
Yes.
As Mr. Pedro can tell us all about. I'm sure he has fun stories from basic training too. But really, it's all about, I want to see more vets in this industry, because I think that vets are, uniquely attuned to threats and innovation that very few others are. And I want to see more vets in the industry, and it really pleases me to have the opportunity to see more vets in our classes. That's really where it all comes from for me, Mr. Pedro.
Yeah, I think the one thing I would add, I think we've all had experiences where money has been something that got in the way, right? Things you wanted to do, things you wanted to accomplish, but not having the funds got in the way of being able to do that. So being able to offer veterans an opportunity to complete the training, to gain the skills, to put themselves in a great position for the future, and providing funds to do that means a lot, right? Because again, we know that often there's things we want to do, but sadly, we may or may not have the funds to get there.
Yes, it's going to be definitely an application and a selection process. But as I said, I know Steve shared earlier by educating me about this session that there will be a lot of other supports they're going to extend other than the scholarship program. But he said everyone is welcome. They should apply, and we will get from the top qualified candidates to down. We are not going to stop at number 10. We are going to go 11, 20, 30, 50, 100 to include as many veterans as possible in this program. Beyond that, actually, I'm very honored to hear from James and Pedro that I don't want to ask their current paycheck amount and stuff like that, but I believe that is maybe 3 times, 4 times, maybe 5 times bigger than their pays when they were serving. They really want that to happen to many of our attendees and beyond. Actually, please share this with all of your friends, families, those who have been serving. It's time for Steve and his team to give it back to the people. And this is a token of appreciation and saying, thank you guys. you served. Now it's time for us to serve you and bring in you to IT field with well-respected and well-paid jobs. Beyond that, actually, your skills are much needed in IT field as well, because you are the most qualified individuals who will do the best job in government or private sector in cybersecurity field. So,
Right.
Steve, considering it's 7:46 in Virginia time, we are getting to end of this time. We should respect people's
I agree.
Family
I
time.
agree
So
on that,
why don't you talk a little bit about this scholarship program?
Sure.
Maybe you will share some other good news, how quickly you are going to include it. I believe your new program is coming. They don't have to wait for a long time. This is good. When is your next program? And, because sometimes many people who interested have to wait a month, 2-3 months, but I believe your program is starting in a month or less. It's
December 4th.
On you, Steve, just tell us why you did it. What is your personal motivation and how this scholarship program will work? And beyond the scholarship, how your doors are ready. I want to hear some good things about potential candidates. Are you going to do easement on their payments and anything like that? Considering that there is no millionaires in the veterans community because their self-motivation was serving the country, not just making money. But now maybe it's time for them to enter in the industry. Yes.
Yeah. So, Mr. Oscar, thank you for giving me a chance to explain our veteran program, cybersecurity veteran program. So we have been thinking about this program only for veteran people because we truly believe that we would like to recognize our nation's veteran people because they have been defeating our nation no matter what, doesn't matter where, the time, place, doesn't matter the conditions, situations. And then as you mentioned that they were just considering just to serving United American peoples, just to make sure that we are safe, we're protected, so we would like to thank our champions in this way to offering them a free scholarship for this cybersecurity for veteran program. And basically with this program, myself and our teammates that we believe that you already have skill sets that in cybersecurity analysts or information security analysts people are required skill sets. You already have it. Most of them you already have it, but there are some areas that you need to develop yourself based on the technical stuff. Basically, what is network, what is cybersecurity, what is information security, and then what are the tools that you need to learn, and then what are the key areas that you need to learn, what are the certifications that you need to pass. So this program is just, we call it like, it's a comprehensive training program. We will be offering not only the training platform, we will be offering you, mentorship. And then we will be offering you career opportunities with our dedicated teams. We call it CMS people. And then, we will make sure that you guys are getting, getting a really comprehensive training from us and getting a really great mentorship from us, and then making sure that you guys are getting your first job. So this is our goal. So, but there are some qualifications, like conditions, like what are these conditions? So basically, so far there's a lot of people that I know that they have been applied for these positions from the veteran people. Since we have that list, so we decided to make some qualifications based on based on the certain things. I'm not gonna just waste your time, so I'll just share my screen real quick, and I'll take it to the website that I think I already shared the link in the Zoom link, I believe. So, folks, this is the web page on our website, Clarus websites. All you have to go to clarusway.com from the I believe yes, from the more sections. All you have to just click Clarusway Veterans Secure Program. Just click on that, and then you will see there's a bottom there's a apply button that you can easily just click and then go and apply. So this program, it's a fully scholarship, so you don't have to pay nothing out of your pocket. So basically, our next cohort will start at December 4th, 2023. So basically, it will take 5 months. So this is a part-time training platform. Basically, it's starting from Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, from 7 to 10 p.m. according to Eastern time. So this is just basic information. So all you have to do, just apply for this fully scholarship program. All you have to do, just provide your informations and then apply. And then after once we apply, so our team, we have a team. So basically, they will review your application. Based on the applications, we will get back to you, and then we will schedule and then one-on-one interviews. You may see myself or someone else from my team. So basically, this is it regarding the program, Mr. Oscar. So, but it's our honor to offer you this opportunity. So please let
I have
us
a
know.
special request,
Sure.
James, Pedro, and Steve. This year, Veterans Day, November 11. And I want you to consider one more full scholarship, make it 11 full scholarship. Is that possible? I'm just asking it as a moderator. I'm not charging you for tonight's service. So I'm asking you, can you make it 11 full scholarship? I don't know if that is budgeted.
One scholarship, since you mentioned, yeah, of course we can increase the number, but I would like to make it sure that one scholarship, it's equal to $15,000. So the money is behind our.
I don't deserve that. One more full scholarship request.
No, I mean, you definitely deserve it, sir. But what I'm saying is, this is really valuable training program that we offer.
I know it. For sure.
So far we have decided to give this opportunity to the first 10 qualified veteran people, and of course we can increase it to 11. That's not an issue. Money, it's behind.
It's
so
kind of like Veterans Day special. It's very timely scholarship program. Please consider to extend it. Make it a little bigger, but anyway, it's so great, to have this, because I know many boot camps in the United States. I have seen previously some of these, special veteran program, but I didn't see much 100% scholarship for all the education, because as far as I understand, you are not just talking about technical training. You are talking about platform training, hands-on project training, career services, job market support, and all that. So those who are in attendance should know that the only thing these guys, James, Pedro, Steve, want from you is dedicate your time, study hard, follow the directions, participate in the projects, and just go to your a different career, a well-respected IT job in government or private sector. So by this said, I would like to congratulate all those who served as the Veterans Day, November 11, next Saturday, exactly a week from today. And I would like to say it to Pedro and James first, because I see them on the screen. And beyond them, I would like to say it to, namely, based on the Statista reports, there is about, I'm seeing it on the screen now, of almost 10 million veterans now in United States between the ages of 18 to 75. So many people served. And thank you guys for, coming with the idea, first of all. And second, thank you, James and Pedro, not just becoming a success story in IT field, and also wanting to extend this to other fellow veterans. And this is so noble, so wonderful. And thank you guys. And I've seen many of your trained students, and they changed their life. Now it's time to include more special people who served our country, served all of the countries. Actually, we have our soldiers in more than 140 countries at the moment, and U.S. is a very special country who's not just providing security for our motherland here and providing security to many countries. So by that said, Pedro and James, you would like to say a few words for closing remarks, encouraging our attendees. Then final word will be Steve's closing.
I just want to say thank you on behalf of veterans. Thank you for this opportunities. And I just want to encourage those that are connected or those that may hear about this later on to apply for the program. As you mentioned, it is something that could change the course of your life, make a great impact in your future. So again, I just want to say thank you, and also encourage those that are thinking of applying to the program.
Thank you, Pedro. Thank you for everything you have done for the nation and you are doing in the IT field. James?
So I will just say that I mean, we didn't go through all of the normal stuff that we usually do for this thing, but we have a 92% job placement rate within 4 months of graduation. This program is by far one of the best, and it's recognized as one of the best in the industry. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's literally nothing out of pocket for veterans. Take advantage of that, make it happen, and you can change your life for the better. It's literally that simple. I want to see veterans do well. I'm here because I want to see veterans do well. I want to see you do this. I know you can do this, and I know that with our guidance, you can have a life-changing income.
Thank you,
Steve. Before you close, I thought you would say a few words about recent reports from Career Karma, Course Report, Newsweek editorial in education that cybersecurity program ranked #1 among all the boot camps. James touched on that about the placement rates and stuff like that. Congratulations, guys. You are being so humble and not talking about your brand and your success, but everyone else knows it. Your website is also showing those reports. Congratulations again, and keep up the good work. And now for you to make the closing remark.
So thank you for giving me another opportunity to make this closing session. So I would like to thank Pedro, James, for being here. I know as I mentioned before, I know they're busy, they're really busy, but they came here for veteran people just to give their insightful feedbacks and inputs, and then to encourage all the veteran people. So as Mr. James mentioned, you're not gonna go, you're not gonna pay anything out of your packet. So this is a very comprehensive training program. So that please just let us know. Basically, we would like to hear your success story in the future, and then let us know if you are like how we can help you to achieve your IT dream job. So I would like to thank to my team, Mr. Drake and Steve, and also Mr. Oscar. I know you're also busy, and you made that time for us to be our moderator today, tonight. Thank you so much. I think I don't want to waste any more time. It's already 8.
Thank you so much, Steve, giving this opportunity as well. I'm always honored and very
Thank you.
motivated to be
Thank
with
you.
your team. And also, I promise to come again with some of my guests from Pentagon and those who served in Army in very highest level. And I already got an appointment for this kind of sessions for our joining veterans from General Kicklighter, who is very close friend of mine and also my mentor in business. He has been, guiding me last 10 years and has introduced me to many people in the government. And so I will bring him to the conversation here to meet with our new students in the December 4th cohort. And as well, I want him to join this newly joining veteran student team as well. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Mr. Oscar.
All
so I think this is the end. This is the end of the session. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.